WBAY TV, your first alert station. Action 2 News at 5 starts now.
Sus recuerdos siempre van a vivir conmigo. Yo como mamá estoy con el corazón roto en este momento.
I have my heart broken in this moment. Her memories will live with me forever.
Good evening. Bill is off. Heartbreak from a grieving mother. 4 of her children have died after a head-on collision with a wrong-way driver over the weekend. 47-year-old Scott Farmer of Nina is the suspected driver of the pickup, which crashed into the SUV with 4 siblings inside. Waupaca County authorities were called to the scene on Highway 10 in the town of Waupaca around 9:13 on Saturday night. 3 died in the crash. A 4th died at the hospital. Farmer appeared in court following his arrest today and is now charged with 4 counts of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle, a count of operating while intoxicated, which was a repeated offense, and a count of operating while revoked, causing death. A cash bond has now been set for $750,000. Farmer is currently being held in the Waupaca County Jail. We begin team coverage tonight with reporter Jason Zimmerman. He spoke to family members right after the court hearing this afternoon. He is live in Waupaca tonight. Jason.
Cabby, this was a very emotional hearing with 23 members of the victim's family inside the courtroom. Afterwards, we heard from the mother and the stepdad, who are still struggling to deal with this horrific loss just days before Christmas. With family members still grieving outside of Waupaca County courtroom, Pastor Kurt Schilling and his wife Paulina described the loss of their 4 kids, asking that the alleged drunk driver, Scott Farmer, be held responsible to the fullest extent.
He took 4 people's lives in a reckless act, driving on a revoked license under the influence with vodka bottle sitting by his side. He should have had a Bible sitting by his side.
Farmer's being charged with his 5th offense OWI, with the most recent being in 2019. The crash over the weekend killed 25-year-old Daniel, 23-year-old Fabian, 14-year-old Lillian, and 9-year-old Daniela, all with the last name Gonzalez. Their mother, who only speaks Spanish, is still in shock.
Sus recuerdos siempre van a vivir conmigo. Yo como mamá estoy con el corazón roto en este momento.
I have my heart broken in this moment. Her memories will live with me forever.
Pero siento
But I feel
que Dios está conmigo
that God is with me,
y Él me va a dar las suficientes fuerzas para seguir adelante.
and He will give me the strength I need to continue forward.
In court, a cash bond was set at $750,000, but the family and DA wanted $1 million for each life lost. Just before the crash, the 4 siblings were holiday shopping and had just eaten dinner at a local restaurant. They were about a mile or 2 from being home.
I'm not revengeful at all. I believe in forgiveness. But I can tell you this. He is a threat to the freedom and the ability to live in peace and pursue people's dreams when he disobeyed the laws that were before him.
The mother, Paulina, tells me she has 1 other child besides the 4 who were killed in this crash. Farmer, who fought police and first responders at the scene during his arrest, is due back in court on December 26 for further proceedings. Reporting live in Waupaca, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.
Jason, thanks. Communities across Waupaca County say they're feeling heartbroken tonight, including the Waupaca Fremont School District. Our Holly Brantley is there with more on how the community is reaching out. Holly.
Kimmy, people here tell me it's hard to put into words the impact of losing these 4 children, especially so close to Christmas. We are told all 4 of the Gonzalez children were either students or alumni of the Waupaca Fremont School District, one of them in elementary school. Now, friends and family say they are heartbroken over the loss of Daniel, Fabian, Lillian, and Daniela Gonzalez. Lillian was in 9th grade and Daniela in 4th grade at Waupaca Fremont. The 2 older siblings worked on a dairy farm in Waupaca County. As people here deal with the impact of the loss, 2 GoFundMe pages have been set up to help the family with funeral expenses. The two accounts combined have raised more than $70,000 so far. We spoke with a cousin of the victims who set up a GoFundMe. He says he's grateful for the community wrapping their arms around them during this very difficult time.
Really, it's been very heartwarming, and we feel like, as you were mentioning, having this community support, both from a very local and also from a very international perspective. Just having a community that embraces us during this very difficult time makes us, very, very thankful for that.
The Music Booster Club will also donate all of the proceeds from tonight's holiday concert to the family. Live in Waupaca, Holly Brantley, Action 2 News.
Holly, thank you. Once again, if you want to help the family, GoFundMe pages are set up to raise funds. You can find a link to those on our website, WBAY.com. We have team coverage tonight. We begin with Jason Zimmerman, who sat down to speak with the family just a short time ago about the new difficult situation they're dealing with. He is live for us in Waupaca. Jason.
Cammie, the mother of the 4 kids killed in that crash, has one remaining child living in Ecuador. Today she received some devastating news that her son Jorge's visa application was being denied by the U.S. government, jeopardizing his ability to attend the funeral services of his siblings. At the home of Pastor Kurt Schilling and his wife Paulina, there's a memorial set up in the living room to honor their 4 kids killed in a horrific crash at the hands of an alleged wrong-way drunk driver. As friends and family visit to console each other, plans for funeral services remain on hold as a 5th child still living attempts to get permission to travel to the U.S. from Ecuador.
4 of 5 are gone and never will come back. The one that's left was the lead brother, Jorge, is beyond grief.
While Jorge's visa was denied during an interview Tuesday morning, the family is asking that his green card application be expedited due to a humanitarian crisis.
There was no legitimate reason to ever deny him in the first place as far as violations of laws or extending a visit too long or anything. So there's not been any reason, a criminal record or anything.
The family has been reaching out to elected officials for help, including Congressman Mike Gallagher. Besides the son, they're also asking that Paulina's granddaughter, the victim's biological father, and a few other relatives be allowed to attend the funeral as well.
Y prometo cumplir y hacerle cumplir las leyes.
And I promise that I will follow the laws and he will follow all the laws.
Y respetar como se merece.
And respect it as it should be, as it deserves to be respected.
We have so many obstacles, and we need them here like tomorrow. We need them here now, is what I'm saying. Like yesterday, I should have said. It's hard to even believe that those obstacles are in the way, but we're pleading the help of our
I can also tell you tonight the 25-year-old Daniel, who was pronounced legally dead, is being kept on life support as he prepares to donate all of his organs. This includes a cornea, which will go to a cousin who has lost more than 80% of his eyesight. Reporting live in Waupaca, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.
They've completely failed the opportunity to hold him accountable with the multiple DUI fractions that he's had. Really, I really hope that there is justice here in the end.
Those comments coming from a cousin of the siblings killed in the crash. He wants to see tougher laws for drunk driving offenses.
Cammie, the family's expressing a lot of gratitude tonight for all of the support they've been receiving since the beginning of this tragedy, and also knowing that a lot of people who need vital organs are about to receive some much needed help. The oldest of the siblings killed in the crash, 25-year-old Daniel, was declared legally dead but kept on life support at the hospital in Nina. He was the only one eligible to donate because he did not die at the scene. This afternoon, a hero's walk was held as Daniel was taken from his hospital room to a helicopter waiting to fly him to Madison, where his organs will be retrieved and then given to around 100 different recipients. During this time, friends and family gathered to support him and say their final goodbyes.
Yo sé que Daniel va a encender muchas luces, mucha esperanza en algunas personas, más de 100 personas.
And although they turned off Danielle's light, we know that Danielle is going to be used to turn on the light of many other people.
Me siento muy orgullosa de él.
I feel proud for him.
Sé que va a ser un buen héroe
I know he's going to be a good hero.
y regalará sonrisas a muchas personas.
He's going to give smiles to a lot of people.
As we reported yesterday, the cousin of Daniel, who lives in the Baltimore area, was going to receive his cornea, but the family tells me today it might not be possible any longer, but due to some issues with finding the right doctor to perform that procedure. We'll continue to keep you posted. Reporting live in Neenah, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.
Jason, thank you. Officials say more than 100,000 people across the U.S. are waiting for organ transplants, including 1,400 people from Wisconsin. Anyone over the age of 15 in the Badger State with proper ID can register to be a donor, legally authorizing the gift of their organs, tissues, and eyes upon their death. You can sign up when you renew your driver's license or at the Wisconsin Donor Registry website. We do have a link at WBAY.com/links.
Bill, the family right now is attending a visitation for the Gonzalez children, which is underway at Waupaca Fremont High School. This all started at 4 o'clock, and it comes right after the alleged drunk driver made his second court appearance in Waupaca this afternoon. During that time, Scott Farmer told the judge that he's still seeking an attorney to represent him. In response, the judge set further proceedings for January 9th, saying that he would also keep the $750,000 cash bond in place. 75 family members packed the courtroom. Many brought signs, which were held up outside, along with pictures of the 4 dead children, Daniel, Fabian, Lillian, and Daniela Gonzalez. Farmer's family was also at the hearing. Afterwards, we heard from both sides about the emotional toll this crash has taken on everyone involved.
Scott's decision has just destroyed the future of 4 beautiful lives and young people who did no harm to anybody but loved the world and loved people and brought a lot of joy and light into this world. So now he's affected his own family.
He is terribly sorry. That does not bring those 4 children back. We as a family are grieving them as well. No matter what I say about my husband, people still think he's a monster and he should be locked up, and he is locked up. He's going nowhere.
In a First Alert update, Jason Zimmerman was the only reporter allowed inside for the service as the family reflected on the loss.
This was a very emotional funeral service as hundreds of people came to Waupaca Fremont High School to mourn the loss of the 4 Gonzalez children who died at the hands of an alleged drunk driver. In the crowd, there was barely a dry eye as 4 caskets were placed up front with the bodies of Daniel, Fabian, Lillian, and Daniela Gonzalez for a service led by their stepfather, Pastor Kurt Schilling. Schilling spoke about each child and how he met their mother, Paulina, and married her 7 years ago, adopting each kid as his own. The 2 oldest wanted to be mechanics, while the 2 youngest attended school in Waupaca. Lillian hoped to one day be a teacher, while Daniela wanted to be a cheerleader. The service lasted more than 90 minutes, with the family making another plea to elected officials to allow the remaining sibling, Jorge, to come to the U.S. so he can grieve with his mother. So far, efforts have been unsuccessful.
Paulina gave a great sacrifice. Her son Daniel was a hero. He already saved many lives through his death. And we humbly ask our elected officials to help provide healing for our family by giving us a miracle called Jorge Gonzalez.
The family tells me the 4 siblings will be buried in Ecuador. That is likely to happen in mid to late January. Reporting in Waupaca, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.
Jason, thanks. The man accused in the December 16th crash that killed the Gonzalez siblings is 47-year-old Scott Farmer of Neenah. He's being held in the Waupaca County Jail, charged with 4 counts of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle and his 5th OWI. As we told you yesterday, Farmer is still trying to find a lawyer to represent him.